match 1 to 1. All right, and then we are looking for only equal groups, numbers that have the same amount. All right, so today what we're going to do, we are going to talk about greater than. What do you think greater than means? Anybody want to give me an idea? What do you think it means, Will? That a number is going to be what? Higher. There you go. Okay, number is going to be more than, it's going to be greater, it's going to be higher. So, give me a number that is greater than 4. What is a number that's greater than 4? And not like a huge number, but one that's just a little bit greater than number 4. Jen? 5 is greater than 4. Perfect. Give me a number that is greater than 6. Ethan? 10 is greater than 6. Very good. So are we getting the idea? Numbers that are more than, there's a greater amount, and when you count, that number comes after it. Okay, so 4 comes after 3, right? So 4 is greater than 3. Thumbs up, do we understand? Okay, great. So I'm going to play the video here. Let's make sure we're all paying attention. Eyes are forward. We're not laying down. We're sitting up in our seats. Boxes are closed. All right. Here we go.
How can you compare the number of soccer balls and basketballs? You can match them 1 to 1.
Remember how we match 1 to 1, right?
What does the picture show?
Okay, do you see the lines? So remember yesterday we take our pencil and we draw 1 down to the next. 1 to the next. That's called matching 1 to 1. Got it? Yes? Okay, good.
There is one soccer ball that does not have a match. The groups are not equal. There are a greater number of soccer balls than basketballs. How are these two pictures alike? The balls are matched 1 to 1. The group that has a greater number of balls has a circle around it. How are they different? The second picture shows the balls are stacked on top of one another instead of side by side. Now look at these groups. How do you compare the number of soccer balls to the number of basketballs?
Okay, so how are we going to do that, guys? What are we going to do first? What would we have to do to compare these two? Brayden?
Count them.
We can count them? Okay, so we can count the soccer balls, and then we can count the basketballs, and then that'll give us an idea. What else can we do? Riley?
The counters on them.
Put counters on them to count? Okay, all right, Aiden? All right, we can draw lines matching them 1 to 1. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and see what they're going to do.
To compare, you match 1 to 1.
Okay, see what they want us to do?
There is an extra soccer ball that can't be matched. Draw a circle around the group of soccer balls.
Well, it's a crazy circle, huh? Okay, so they might be asking us to do that today. Now, it's going to be easier if everything's lined up neatly, but sometimes they're just going to be thrown in a group like that. And what we have to do is, they're going to ask us to circle the group that is greater. So sometimes you're going to have to make a weird, crazy circle like that. Okay? So let's see here. It says select each soccer ball to compare the number of soccer balls to the number of basketballs. Okay? Benny, should you sit on your bottom, please? Hands in your sleeves. Thank you. Alright, so here we go. That one's getting matched to that basketball. Here's this soccer ball, 1 to 1. This soccer ball, 1 to 1. What about this one? It doesn't have one, right? So this one is all by itself. So we know that there are a greater number of which ball? Soccer ball. So actually, you see on your paper today, it's exactly what's up on the board right now. Okay, so actually I'm going to switch things just slightly today. I want you right now to go ahead and match on your paper with a pencil. Go ahead and match. Yes, write your name on, of course. But go ahead and match that with your pencil, 1 to 1, just like they did here. Match the soccer ball to a basketball. Soccer ball to a basketball. Soccer ball to, no, I didn't ask you to do anything else, but just match them 1 to 1, Ethan, okay? Okay, then just wait. That is it. That's all I want you to do. draw lines connecting them. Do you see the one extra soccer ball? Okay.
That's the basketball.
He doesn't want us to circle anything or put an X. All right. So again, which group has a greater amount? Soccer balls or basketballs, everybody? Soccer balls, because we have one extra one, so that means that number is greater. Okay, pencils back down on top of your box. Okay, play.
What words can be used to compare the soccer balls to the basketballs? Greater than. The number of soccer balls is greater than the number of basketballs.
Okay, so greater than. Can you guys say that?
Greater than.
Okay, so again, greater than means that there are more. Okay? So that's all that they wanted us to do on the front, so we're actually not going to pull that one up on the board today. All right, the solvent share. So I should just see that every one of those balls has a match except for one soccer ball. Correct? All right, make sure your name is on top of it right now before you turn and open to the first page. Lift and turn and find the data there from the video. Find her right here. I'm not positive what her name is. I can't remember it. I'm very sorry. Okay, so everyone's here? Everyone, let's turn the page to the first one. Okay, so again, when they line them all up, sometimes they're going to be, some are going to be in a row from left to right, so you can match them one to one, top to bottom. But, is this way? Did anything change?
No.
The only thing that changed was the position there. So now here's your top to bottom when they lined up the balls. And then they had to connect them left to right. Same amount of soccer balls though, right? Still a greater amount. One pencil. One pencil. All right, and then over here, same thing. Except the balls were kind of scattered on the floor. So we had to match it one to one, and then we did a kind of a silly circle kind of around the soccer balls, again, to show that that was a greater amount. So on the bottom it says, have the students draw lines to match the objects from one group to the other. Then draw a circle around the group that is greater than the other group. And then we'll explain why we're correct, okay? So first of all, match the tennis balls to the footballs. Draw lines connecting them one to one. Match one to one. All right. Which balls are there a greater amount of? Tennis balls or footballs? Tennis balls. So that's why they have a circle around the tennis ball. So trace over that circle. So how do we know that the tennis balls are more? Can someone explain that to me? Raise your hand. Evelyn, how do we know that? Okay, there's 4 is more than 2. And we have 2 tennis balls that don't have matches. Okay, so we know that that is correct. All right, go ahead to the bowling balls and the hockey pucks. Draw a line connecting them, matching one to one. So bowling ball to hockey puck, bowling ball to hockey puck. Okay, which group is greater, the bowling balls or the hockey pucks? Rate it.
The hockey puck.
The hockey pucks. Very good, because there is one hockey puck that does not have a match. Okay, so real fast, it should look like this, and then we're going to circle the hockey pucks, just like that. Because that amount is greater. All right, so we have 2 things we need to do in each of these. Match them one to one, and then circle the group that is greater. Everyone did that? Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay, look at, take your paper, flip it over. Okay, now we're going to match up baseballs to golf balls. Go ahead and do that, match one to one. Okay. All right, Jacob, which group is greater, the baseballs or the golf balls? Baseballs, because when you match one to one, you can see that there are still 2 more baseballs that don't have matches. So we're going to circle the baseballs. Right? Baseball is greater. All right, go ahead and match the bowling balls to the volleyball greater? Bowling balls or volleyballs? Bowling balls is when I match 1 to 1. I saw an extra bowling ball, don't I? Very good. So we're gonna circle the bowling balls. Great, okay. Now at the bottom, be careful. Match up baseballs to footballs. Match them 1 to 1. Go ahead. Be careful, do not match them to 2. Just once you do match up a pair, then you can't touch those ones anymore. 1 to 1. Don't touch those ones anymore. 1 to 1. 1 to 1. Okay, which is there more of? The footballs or the baseballs? Ben H. Are there more footballs or more baseballs, bud? No, Riley, I'm talking to. Say again, Ben H. Footballs. And why is that? Yeah, there's one more without a match. So watch my circle here. You kind of have to go around and do kind of a crazy circle here. It's like a worm, isn't it? If you're having a hard time doing it, if it's too hard, guys, then just do this instead. I'm okay if you want to just circle each football, if that's hard for you. So once I match them 1 to 1, if you would rather just circle the footballs to show that it's greater, I'm okay with that too, because doing that long crazy circle, it might be a little tricky. Do not put a baseball inside of your circle. Then I have to mark it wrong. So be careful. No baseballs should be in your circle. Yeah, look at you have baseballs in there. I don't want baseballs in your circle. So if it's easier, just go and circle each football. Just do that. All right? So be careful. No baseballs in my circle. Excuse me. Okay. All right. Then we're going to turn to the very back page.
So then you just need to circle all of the footballs. Yeah, I'm coming.
You have to circle. You have to answer 1 to 1.
You just gotta circle the football. So it would be like,
Okay. If it was very hard,
it's really good. That's a good circle of football. Each individual football. Good.
okay. In.
That works.
All right. It's your turn now to do this on your own. Just do. Look up here, please, before you start.
I'm coming.
Do.
Yep.
Guys, listen. Do number 6, 7, and 8, and then stop. So match them 1 to 1. Then circle the group that has more. Go ahead. You have beach balls and hockey pucks. Do that one first. Get started. Okay. Then circle the group that is greater. Then next the bowling balls to the volleyball. Circle the group that is greater. Match 1 to 1. Picture on. Then match the beach balls to the volleyballs. Match them 1 to 1. Circle the group that is greater. What's greater? Yeah, circle the whole group.
Okay, so which group is greater?
Yeah, only circle the one ball that's greater. Okay, good. So good. Match them 1 to 1. And then which one's greater then?
There you go. Okay, now which group is greater?
Good. And just do a circle around those.
Perfect.
Okay, 6.
Now which group is greater?
Sit. Push your chair in, buddy.
There you go, good job. And just hold on for that last.
Okay, do the last one then? You got it? Okay, good. Oh, no. You can only match 1 to 1. So you match this one to this one, but this ball has to go match down to a different ball. You see how you have the same ball you're using? All right. Everyone's got that? Okay. Got it, Victoria? You're good? Victoria? Good? Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do for the last one. You guys ready? So, count the counters that you see in number 9, quietly in your head. Count how many you see. This is our 5 frame, remember, because there's 5 boxes. So it says, can you please draw a group of counters in the bottom 5 frame that is greater in number than the counters that are in the top 5 frame. So draw me a set of counters that is greater than those 3. And then when you're done, flip it back over to the front where you're going.